There are 44 million Americans that care for a parent, spouse, child, sibling, or friend with a physical or developmental disability, chronic illness, mental illness, or issues of aging. Carol DeGraw, the Director of Health Impact of United Way Northern New Jersey, is part of a team that recognizes that caregivers need support and guidance to take care of themselves and their loved ones.
We, as our entire society, actually is limited right now with what we can do to support caregivers. The emotional aspect of caregiving, of the devastation of watching someone that you love deteriorate, there's not a lot of help for that other than our tagline is caregivers, you're not alone. And other than letting them know they're not alone. They can talk to us, they can reach out. We do programs that connect caregivers with other caregivers and with other support. But a lot of times it can be very, very isolating. So that piece is really hard. The other piece that is really difficult is that there just isn't the financial resources to help the caregivers. There's limited respite services. I understand they're being cut more now.
We are not prepared. Our society is a youth-oriented society. Nobody wants to talk about getting old. The government and most organizations, excluding United Way and similar, the Alzheimer's Association, do not teach people what to expect. And we're not prepared financially. The country's not prepared financially. People have no idea really what's involved, medically, financially, legally. That's the major con on it. The pro is biblically honor thy father and thy mother, and also I would say even honor friends and other family members and community members. To help somebody they cannot possibly pay you back is it's big.
The caregivers maintain a great relationship with United Way simply when they receive their annual evaluation to see how they are doing and if there is anything United Way can do that assists them personally.
Well, we have a whole section for caregivers that includes a lot of what we do really for them. We have an online video series that has subject matter experts talking about a range of topics that caregivers need to know about. And we usually post a new one each month. We have our Pathways for Caregivers guide, which is an information guide for caregivers. It's done primarily in 3 sections because we are an Across the Lifespan coalition. So it's done a chapter on aging, a chapter on disabilities, a chapter on mental health. And that is really to give information about how the system works. That started years back as a request from caregivers who said the system is really way too complicated. We don't know where to go, we don't understand it when we get there, and what we need is a navigation guide. So in effect, it's a navigation guide.
And 2 things were going on there. They have monthly, brilliant services. They have monthly breakfast meetings the first, I think, Tuesday of every month, where it's only like 2 hours. They have breakfast and then they do a lecture and they bring in some of the top people from the area. Chief of emergency room medicine from the top 3 hospitals came in separate lectures. One of the elder care physicians, who's the director of elder care medicine at St. Barnabas Hospital, brilliant, Dr. Redling, brilliant lady. She is like a walking encyclopedia. And the brilliance of her is not just the information, but she came and she stayed until every single question that everybody had was answered. That does not happen. So that is a sign of a brilliantly, really good doctor.
We run conferences in each of our counties. We run what we call Munch and Learns. That's educational presentation. They're typically an hour. In the past they were called Lunch and Learns, but We do them all hours of the day, but there is always food involved. So, we do that in a number of ways. Our coalition members, some assisted livings or nursing homes, are very generous in terms of hosting the event and providing a meal for the caregivers. And then we'll have a speaker come in to do that. We also have some partners to video that, and that's how it ends up on the Informed Caregiver video series. We have caregiver cafes because I talked about the isolation for the caregivers. So this came as a result of caregivers saying to us, we just would like a night out to be with people that get what we're going through. We don't want a support group, but we just want to be with people that understand. So we run quarterly caregiver cafes to do just that. Caregivers can come out and socialize, and we have staff there if they have questions, and we have resource materials on the side if somebody needs something. But it's really just about having a nice, relaxing night out.